But my first name's Carol, so people would,
Your first name's Carol?
Yeah. So if I would tell...
Faggot!
Yeah.
Oh, we got and welcome Carol to the podcast.
Thank God.
My sister has been in like 3, and she's an ergonomic engineer for the MLB. Like, she's very fucking smart. She's written like several papers that are in medical journals, and she'll call me and be like, do you want this new like whatever thing? I was like, no, Brittany, that's a pyramid scheme. And she would always go, yeah, but I'm at the top of the pyramid. I was like, that's not a bad point. Like, if you can be at the top, that's fine.
That is exactly the mentality that they have. They're like, yeah, you just got to get in early. Dumbass.
My parents got divorced when we were in 6th grade, and my mom sat us down, and she was like, I have to tell you guys something, and she'd clearly been crying, and I think I went, we all have to go to Catholic school. And my mom goes, yup. We all burst into tears. She goes, just kidding, me and Dad are getting divorced.
So, this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is
To drag out horse.
No. Right, I've done that room full with
Sorry, I didn't get the
all
shorts
No, it's okay.
memo.
Yeah,
We've been
You guys
getting-
jogged here? What the fuck?
No, well,
we're gay. We're allowed to do whatever we want. There's no rules in
Damn
the
it,
gay.
that's true.
Yeah.
Damn it.
yeah, what are they gonna be like? Those gay
Also,
guys.
I was at that club in the green room with Colton's enemy recently.
Uh-huh.
Is that okay to talk about on the podcast?
You can say his name.
I'm not gonna say this. I know. I'm not gonna bring it up, but
It's so
didn't
funny.
know
It's a person that you will not know who it is.
I didn't know who it was either. I've never met the guy, and I'm standing there, but he was like staring at me, and I was like, and I think he said hi at one point, but I was so high that I was like,
Hi.
and no one was talking in the green room, so I was like, uh-oh, like I'm definitely being rude to this guy, not unintentionally. And then I was like, he probably thinks I fucking hate him. But you know, when I went up, I did my set, I snapped on a woman on the front row, and then I left.
Oh my God.
It's actually.
Well, she pissed me off because I was talking about like weight stuff, and she went like, "Oh," and it was like this like middle-aged, like a row of like middle-aged 40-year-old women, and I was like, "Oh, you don't have to feel bad for me. I probably sucked your husband's cock in my apartment."
Oh my God.
And they were all like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah."
I'm fine.
At least someone's
fine.
doing it.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
Damn. Wait, do you so you talk about confusing people. Do you do you get offended when someone assumes you're straight?
No, I don't think many people assume that.
Okay.
But no, I wouldn't get offended. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being straight, CJ.
I get very offended when someone assumes I'm gay.
Why?
Why?
Because I'm not. That's not what I'm trying to do. What do you mean? Why do you think that? If I wore a black shirt, people are like, oh, that guy's so goth. I'm like, no, I'm just sad right now.
Okay, but
Was that what?
oh, you're
would get
crying. You're
upset.
putting your black shirt on. I'm sad.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not goth, dude. I'm just going through something.
Wait, okay. Number one,
Wait, do you wear black?
how often are people?
No.
How often are
don't
people thinking that you're gay? Because I want to say before you got here, I looked at someone who's working here, and I said, CJ is the type of straight guy that you would never think is gay.
Well, my first.
And just to be clear, I was talking about the guest who's coming in later, who I said is actually the type of straight guy that seems like he would let gay dudes suck his dick. And his name is Joe Begley.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know. No, I mean sometimes I think maybe when I was younger, you know, I had like I used to straighten my hair. I was in like a metal band.
What? Very gay.
Yeah, I was in a
Like, so
yeah.
Jimmy right now.
I was in.
I don't straighten my hair. This is natural.
I had a rat tail. The whole thing. I didn't have the mustache because I wasn't trying to confuse people that hard.
Yeah.
But I was with the earring. I mean, my God. But I
I'm
just realized
fucking
how crazy that is.
unique, dude. Unique. I look like Joe Exotic.
That's
disgusting.
True. You had to make a few choices to get there, but I like it.
Joe Exotic is Tiger King, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but my first name's Carol, so people would,
Your first name's Carol?
Yeah. So if I would tell,
Yeah.
Oh, we got and welcome Carol to the podcast.
God. Oh,
Jesus.
that's why you get offended because you were.
yeah, because you have a girl's name.
this just feels like first. It's just like first day of high school all over again.
I
Right?
just love.
but the gay guys are
Yeah.
the bullies.
I know.
But there's no confusion. It's like, and I don't actually know why. It's like I know exactly why.
yeah. That's amazing.
That's why you go by
Yeah.
CJ.
That's right. Well, I've always gone by CJ.
Is
I'm actually
Jay-
Carol. I'm
is
actually
Jay-
Carol the Fourth.
Is Jay Julie.
No, yeah, Carol Julie. Holy shit. He's like, yo, he's not gay. He's a woman. Actually, I don't know why I thought he was gay.
It's not gay
Is
to
it
be
James?
a woman.
Carol James.
Carol Joseph
Oh,
the Fourth.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Good luck.
it's actually kind of crazy. So my mom and dad weren't together whenever they had me, and so my dad wanted me to be named Carol after him. He wanted to, have the fourth, keep the awesome tradition going.
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, absolutely not. I don't want to call my son like your name every day. So she's changed my middle name to a J name. So I'm
Yeah.
basically not really the fourth because my dad's Carol Felix.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Honestly, you really
my-
lucked out. Your mom
I
really had your
really-
back.
she
Your
really
mom really
saved
had your
my
back.
life,
Like,
dude.
I'm sorry, in those swamp Louisiana towns.
I know.
You are
Right,
so
right.
lucky.
But it's interesting because Chip has the exact same story,
really,
except he's Charles Frederick, not Jessica Julie.
that's so funny. Yeah, I don't know why my mom. Dude, my dad
fourth,
rocked
though.
it though. My dad he was like, he was like a pothead in high school, and like he had like all like the cool friends. They would do like pranks and shit, and like
Popular.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and his
You
name
didn't
was
do
Carol.
that?
His name was Carol, but he like rocked it in like
Yeah.
the 80s or whatever.
So
I don't know.
he always goes by Carol.
Yeah, he goes by Carol.
But
only.
80s is different for men because you could have a woman's name and it was like you were also the quarterback. Of the
Right, you
football
could be like
team.
Stacy and still be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Wait, also, is your dad hot?
He was a pretty attractive guy, I think.
Is he dead?
He was like modeled and stuff. No, I think he's not attractive anymore. I think
Oh,
he's
for
got a
Oh, yeah,
beard
your
now.
dad, he's just ugly now.
Lost his hair. Yeah, he's like not an attractive dude now.
It-
But yeah, he was an attractive guy. I think he had like good hair.
Why'd
But he
they break
lost.
up?
Huh?
Why'd they break up?
Cheating on. Yeah, my parents had me. My mom had me in college. So the first 3 years of my life, I lived in a dorm room actually in LSU. Yeah.
I love that.
No
that makes
fucking
me.
way.
Oh my God, CJ's here, the little baby running
Yeah,
around like doing
exactly.
homework.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Is
Yeah.
that even allowed, or do
Who
they keep that on the
cares?
DL?
It was the 90s. Yeah, they let him. I don't know.
That's actually a
I
good
went to
school.
class and everything. Yeah, I
I
went to
feel
class
like
with it.
LSU has a lot of teenage pregnancies.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
The only thing better than being raised in a dorm is like if your mom had you in jail. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
Like
know,
it's
yeah.
even better to be like, oh, in the dorm with all her sorority sisters. That's kind of taking care of the baby.
LSU is a party school too.
Yeah.
I
So
know.
you definitely were set on a what is it, not a bong?
I know
on a
it's funny
fucking
because I
keg
went
before.
again later on in life, and I tried to make the joke like, yeah, I was pretty much the same. It was like just sucking on tits, puking every day,
Yeah.
shitting myself. But no, it was a good time. I don't remember any of it, but
You were
I
shitting
do,
yourself in college?
Yeah, there was nights. There was definitely rough nights.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to LSU. Yeah, so that's why I went
Legacy?
back. Yeah, I went back. And then it
They
was
put you in the same dorm that
Yeah.
you were raised in.
they're like, we know where you belong.
yeah,
Trust
yeah.
me. I did.
By the way, if that was me, I would have written my entire essay about that.
Really? Oh, right. Your
are you
acceptance.
kidding?
Yeah,
I don't
know
think
why I
it's
didn't do that.
hard to get into LSU.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay,
not an
sorry.
essay school.
Yeah, no.
Oh, for
In
sure.
fact,
not.
I think if you get it for free if you're in if you're born and raised
The
there.
acceptance rate's like 89%.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
crazy.
What about the
for sure.
graduation rate?
Yeah, it drops off pretty hard. But I did. Yeah, so I didn't finish, but
Hey, that's
I
okay.
enjoyed my time. I enjoyed my time there. I honestly did. But I'm glad I went. But I'm glad that I'm glad I left. I'm glad I did not finish.
Why
obviously.
did you leave?
I just
Cheating.
did. I didn't want
Yeah,
to.
you just like the dad.
Cheating.
Like the dad.
Like father, like son.
Exactly.
No, but yeah, I left. I just wanted to get a job. I just wanted to like figure out what I wanted to actually do, and not like what I thought I should do.
Right.
But
what,
no,
what kind of job did you get?
I worked at a hotel in Dallas, and that's when I started like. It was nice. It was a nice job. It was crazy, dude. I drove through a frost storm like a giant snowstorm to get to the job interview. It was crazy. So I drove. Dude, it was nuts. I went around like road blockades and everything because I'm like, I'm getting this fucking interview.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of this fucking state and I'm getting to this fucking interview. I'm getting this job. So I drove through like around road blockades and like people were like sliding down like hills and I was like just trying like, and I was in like a Chevy Sonic. I don't know if you know what those are. It's basically like it's like a Spark. Those little like half like Beetle looking cars. And then I drove up these giant. Dude, by the time I got to downtown Dallas, there was no snow in downtown Dallas, but my car looked like it drove through Antarctica because it was like I drove through snow. So it was just, dude, it looked insane. It looked like one of those like Hot Wheels cars where it's like just the ice is like coming off the sides of it.
Sick.
Yeah.
It was nuts. I opened my door and I was like, and it just broke and everything fell off. And that's how I got to the interview with just ice and shit all over my car. And
You walked in, you go, you have no idea what
oh, dude, I'm like, I need this job.
I need to get out of Louisiana.
I need this goddamn job. Please. I mean, I really did. I told him the whole story. I showed him my car. I'm like, I drove all the way here. I don't even have an apartment yet. I'm like, I need this job because
What are they paying, $100 an hour? What is going on?
Yeah, no, I wanted to just get out of there, and I wanted to get a job outside of the state, which is really hard, I think. It's like, I don't know if you've, like, I don't know. It's like hard, especially when you're not, like, already living there.
Yeah.
So if you don't have, like, I didn't have any money. So I was just, like, trying to get a job in an apartment. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, I'm good, you know? And that was it. But I got it, and then that's why I started comedy. And I went back to New Orleans to do stand-up and stuff. But
You started in Dallas?
yeah, I started in Dallas.
Oh, nice.
Started with Ralph Barbosa, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, obviously crazy successful now. But yeah, it was an interesting place to start. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I liked LSU. It was like a good vibe. There was just so much frat energy too there. It's like just.
Were you in a frat?
No, definitely not. But it was just so
Definitely
like.
not.
Definitely not.
Definitely
I would
not.
not want to. Y'all were in frat?
No.
All right, maybe.
I was banned from
Didn't go
frats.
to college, honey.
All right. Well.
Wait.
I was a little busy being fat. I actually went to community college, and I mean, like, I had a lot going on in high school. And
That's
middle school.
definitely fat guy activities right there.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
I'm not going to move far.
Well, I just
Also working at a gas station.
I was working at a gas station. I was like miserable. I was going to this like community college that I kept flunking out of because I wasn't doing the homework. I was like, and you like in college, like can't get away with like charming your teachers into letting you pass like high school.
Yeah.
So that I remember like just like 21 going to college and like failing out. They're like, you literally are gonna have to like write us a letter why you deserve to come back to Berkshire Community College. And I was like, I think I'm gonna start stand up at 21, and then just did it that summer. Was like
21. Damn,
and
that's
I was
young.
like, yeah, I was like, I'm never
Good for
going
you.
back to comedy.
What is
I'm going back to school.
what was like what were your like major? What were you studying?
Nothing.
In
No.
community
When I
college?
was in community college, I was studying
That's not a
taking.
thing?
No, I think it's like general stuff. I think he was failing general like English 101.
I was also 400
Math.
pounds and had an Adderall addiction. So we had a lot going on.
Okay.
With an Adderall addiction?
Yeah, it
you
was-
think that would make it better?
It would, but I'd go to class and then I'd be like, fuck this. I was like, you should write poetry. And, like, I'd like start writing like gay erotica novels, just like,
Yeah.
this is insane.
Hey,
Why am I
what do I
even
need
here?
you for? Hey, this is
Yeah,
gold.
yeah. The Adderall really had me hyped up. I was like, I could just be a writer.
That's
Were you
so-
big on Tumblr?
Yeah, huge on Tumblr.
Knew it.
I was
Literally,
a big Tumblr
we just
girl.
had this
Yeah.
conversation where I made them stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Him and
Don't
Keith.
bring up Tumblr in front of Colton.
Okay.
It was annoying.
Yeah.
But then I started comedy and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be what I'm doing for the rest of my life.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, you seem like a go-getter. I
Thank you so much.
I thought I was like destined to be like a businessman.
Really?
Yeah, because like my mom, I thought it would be a great origin story for a good businessman. Because my mom,
What's the origin story, loser?
my mom roped me into a pyramid scheme when I was 16.
Knives.
She
Which
no,
one?
it wasn't knives. It was like pills. They were like anti-aging, cancer preventative pills. Yeah.
What was it called?
I think it was Pro Tandem. It was Life Vantage. It was a company, and it like took my hometown by like storm because this lady who taught religion at the
She pulls up in her like pink BMW.
Yeah.
Like she's like,
Yeah.
guess what you could win.
right, and it was like middle school. She like quit teaching and like told all the fucking women about it in the town. She was just, like raking in all the fucking dummies dough, and my mom like my mom was like swooned by her, and then she got like as a distributor, you had to pay like $600 to like become a seller or whatever. And then my mom like pitched it to me at like 16. and she was like, I was her first like seller.
No way.
So I gave her $600. It was all the money I had.
Oh my god.
Your mom. She's a bitch. Dude. Looking back, I was like, what a horrible mother.
That's so funny. Like, could it come out of my allowance? She's like, no, honey, I'm gonna need that cash up front.
I was like, have you heard of Cutco knives?
So it's like $600, which was like all my grass cutting money and stuff.
By the way, you have such mowing neighbors' lawns on a Saturday energy.
Exactly. And I was like, oh fuck yeah, dude. And, like cancer, no one wants that. Like everyone's gonna want this. This is jackpot, you know. And so I got a couple of my cousins roped into it, and I mean, I did everything. I went to Vegas for like a conference. I had to go to like I flew out there. I was 17 at the time. I flew out there, and I went with a bunch of like strangers who were also just like sellers from my hometown.
Did you make any money?
No, I didn't make any
Right. That's what I was wondering.
I made like
did
barely
you have
any money back.
Enough people under you that they were like,
No.
you gotta come to this conference. So
No, so I got my cousins underneath me. That was the only money I made was my dumbass
and they're
cousins,
11.
who were also there was like, it's anti-aging. Look at it. Fucking these guys, they're 30 years old. They look 15. But no, yeah, there was so that was the only two people I got like on it. And then flew to like Las Vegas with a bunch of like adults who were like in their 30s who had like jobs and stuff, and I was just like some kid, and they were like, man, fuck, I wish I could have started something like this whenever I was your age. Like, geez, I'd be a millionaire by now. You know, they're all balled in. You know, they're all just like, yeah, this is it. This is the epitome of business. And we like flew to Las Vegas, man, and dude, I was in a hotel room at the Aria, and there was like 6 people in my room, 6 like adults and me, just sleeping on a lounge chair like that.
What?
In the hotel room.
How did you go to, like? Did
try
they
to have
pay
sex with
for
you?
you to go there?
No, I had to pay my way, and they were like, "Oh,
my mom another $600."
yeah." And they were like, "Oh yeah, you could just stay in like one of our hotel." I was like, "Okay, cool, you know, that's sick." And then, just like slept on like a lounge chair.
And your mom was like, yeah, I know you're a minor. They won't touch you because you're a minor. Like,
Oh, my mom was proud of me, dude. My mom was like, "You're doing it."
She's like, my son's a businessman.
Yeah, she was like, "You're gonna make me so much money, dude." She was like looking at me like a cash cow, dog. And I went out there, and dude, and so I was sleeping in this fucking hotel room. I couldn't do anything. It was Vegas. I was 17. I couldn't go anywhere. They were going out, you know, drinking and stuff at night. I couldn't even go. So I would just like stay in the hotel, you know, just chilling. And then at night, they had like 3 couples in there that were like staying in like the beds and like the cots, whatever. And they had this couple who were like, they like fucked in the middle of the night.
Were they hot?
in your
Well, I was-
six-person
Were they hot?
bedroom?
Yeah.
Did you jerk off while they
Did
did
you?
No, but
Yeah, you
I was
looked
like
over?
that? Yeah, you did.
hard as shit. I was really
he was pulling it
excited
back.
about
He was
it.
pulling it back.
Yeah.
I was really pumped. I was
How
Did
old
you
were
think-
they?
Were you waiting for them to be like, wanna join?
I mean, yeah, she was hot. The guy was insanely ripped. He was like a pharmacist assistant or something. He was like this jacked black
I'll say
dude.
it's crazy to fuck in a room with 6 people when one of them's a minor.
Oh,
That is-
that's
yeah, yeah.
that is
crazy.
like,
yeah.
It's like, oh, well, CJ's here. It's like, well, you know, whatever.
He's gonna
He
learn
knew what he was
someday.
getting into.
By the way, just a quick question. Like, what are the 3 other people in the room doing? Like,
Oh, dude, sleeping, I guess, or at least
No, they were
one I
waiting for
opened.
that invite too.
That's so true. They probably were. I was like, God, I'm like, does these conferences make these people horny?
yeah,
Like, what
hotels.
Oh,
hotels make people horny.
So
Las
horny.
Vegas. I mean, my God.
Were they loud? Like, how did you know?
Oh, it was loud. Yeah, you could hear it. They were on a hotel cot. I mean, it was
Oh my god.
like that, you know.
It was like, see, I think CJ's watching. It's a good business lesson for him.
Oh my god.
It's a good origin story. It's the origin story.
It'd be so funny if he said, "Man, I wish I was him at 17, man. Being a millionaire." Yeah, dude, it was
We
crazy.
would have our own room.
Dude, it was so
Yeah,
crazy,
how are
bro.
these people doing that? They were like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I wouldn't do that now, and I have no money.
That lady and the religion teacher, she's still like on it. She's like killing it. I mean, they bought her a Jeep.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
they bought her a
she's still
Jeep.
selling the pills?
Yeah.
Do you think they work?
I don't know. Their cream apparently there's something with the cream apparently. But dude, it was all every time I'd go to the meeting, somebody would say some shit different.
Well,
like somebody would be like, "Oh man, I haven't been this hard in years."
Well,
like they'd be like just making up lies about the pills that dude. Oh, my hair grew back if I put the cream on my forehead, my hair grows back. It's like the receding hairline goes.
Yeah, but you have to remember, like, and no disrespect to where you're from, but like these people in Louisiana probably have never used moisturizer a day in their lives. So they're like, it's anti-aging because they use it for a year, and they're like, oh, I didn't age 10 years. You know what I mean? Like it's like your down-home trash people are like, oh my god, it's anti-aging. It's like it's CeraVe.
it was so
that's
crazy.
coconut butter.
That's coconut
was
butter,
putting
yeah.
on.
I ruined like friendships in high school over this because I was like,
Sorry,
you
sounds
gotta
like gym
come.
teacher.
I was like, you gotta come check this out, dude. I got an opportunity for you. And they were like, okay, like somebody in like social studies was like, all right. And then they like came over to my house, and there was like just a bunch of dudes like around like a laptop that was about to play like the presentation,
Was that your house?
Yeah, well, no, I was like at this guy's house, and then like, and then my buddy was like, smart at the time. He was like, "Man, it seems like a pyramid scheme," and I'm like, "No, dude." I'm like, "You buy from me, I sell to you, and we make money together. What do you don't get about that?" I'm like, "We all can make money."
Dude,
First, I make money off of you, and then you learn from me and make money off of other people. Do you not know how this works?
Yeah, like they're totally just dumb as fuck, dude. I was an idiot, and I thought it was like I really thought this was it, I thought we got it in right in time. We'd play a 60 minutes interview. There was a 60 minutes interview that was like viral for this product, and that's what we would show them. And that was like it was like a doctor, you know what I mean? Or like it's a fucking
Doctor.
yeah.
He's a doctor. He knows what he's talking
You don't
about.
have to trust me. Trust Dr. Oz. He's telling you to fucking buy from me.
He says it cures cancer, dumbass. Do you want cancer? And it was dark.
All of the teachers at your school are there. You're like, do you guys want cancer?
That's the best sales pitch I've ever fucking heard. Because you're going, I don't. So then buy or fucking get cancer. Those are your two fucking options.
Also, wait, how big is the town you're from?
It's like so it's split down the middle. There's like
it's called Homo, right?
Yeah, the Homa, and there's east and west. Yeah, don't disrespect it. Like there's an east and west side that's split by the river, and so the west side is where I'm from, and it's about 5,000 people.
Is
Yeah,
that
I'm
the
from a town of
movie
5,000.
30 Seconds to Homo or something like that?
Yuma.
Oh, never mind.
Huh?
Yeah.
What? What was the
There's-
question?
Is that a movie?
I don't know.
What's the question?
I'm
And the
also
answer
from a
was no.
town of 5,000
Yeah,
people. So, by the way, to start a pyramid scheme at 5,000 people, it's like, there's no one to fucking sell to. It's not like there's no one around.
Dude, I know. Well,
And you're having to like use your personal relationships where you know their financial situation.
Yeah.
They live with you. They're
His
your
mom
son.
did it.
Yeah, they're your son. I know he's got it.
dude,
Don't say you don't got it.
it's so funny because I knew that people were like not healthy where I'm from because everything is like you go to the seafood restaurants there, it's like just the seafood platter is a bunch of fried seafood with a side of fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like cornbread, And so I was like, man, if I could just get every person with cancer on this. So I was like trying to find people with cancer, which was like really dark. Right? I was like, I really believe this shit. Where
You're at the nursing home.
this
You're
is the
like,
cure.
I swear.
That's almost really nice though. You're like, I'm actually saving people.
When did the shoe drop? When did you realize?
Oh man.
By the way, I really think it's amazing that the tagline of it is like, it prevents cancer and makes you look so fuckable. Not once you're looking at people with cancer, it's like, do you want to be cured of cancer and be hot?
Yeah.
Like, that's incredible.
Yeah,
Do you want cancer and your
Ka-ching.
hairline back?
Ka-ching, dummy.
I just love
New
the job.
hairline, hard boners, no cancer.
It can do that. Wait, yeah. When did you finally go like?
Yeah.
I guess this.
So
is not
after
it.
the Vegas trip, like coming back, and I just had a bunch of notes because I took a bunch of notes, and I remember like talking to one of my buddies that was like older than me. He was like years older than me, and I guess he was in a pyramid scheme.
The whole town's
And
raptured.
so that was like something different, you know?
Yeah.
And then like he started talking to me about it, and I was like, oh shit, this sounds familiar. And then I started looking at all my notes, and I'm like, this is bullshit. What the fuck? This is exactly what he's talking about. They have the products. Because, dude, when I got, so this is really when I started getting like, hang on, what the fuck? Was whenever they started making pet products.
Well, pets have cancer too.
I know, like, this is a joke, dude. This is so bullshit.
Yeah.
I was pissed off, man. All the money I
How
spent.
old are you now?
How old am I now? 29.
Oh, I
Okay,
I
okay,
love that
okay.
we're the same age.
Have you been in any other pyramid schemes?
No, thank God.
My sister has been in like 3, and she's an ergonomic engineer for the MLB. Like, she's very fucking smart. She's written like several papers that are in medical journals.
See,
And she'll
that could have
call
been
me and be
me,
like,
dude.
hey,
That could have been me in my origin
do you
story.
want this new like whatever thing? I was like, no, Brittany, that's a pyramid scheme. And she would always go, yeah, but I'm at the top of the pyramid. I was like, that's not a bad point. Like, if you can be at the top, that's fine.
That is exactly the mentality that they have. They're like, yeah, you just got to get in early,
Yeah.
dumbass.
It's been going on for 20 years. Like, if you could get in early.
It's a scam, but you're the first line. It's like, what? They're a horrible person. What the fuck? It's so crazy.
Oh, my God.
No, and it cures cancer.
Oh, my God.
Did
Well,
you-
also, like, where we were, like, when we were in high school, it's like 2011, 2012 era, which is like, time was very different. Pyramid schemes were huge
Oh,
in
yeah.
2012.
And it was me, 17 years old, trying to describe science that I didn't understand.
You're like
I'm
failing biology.
look.
Wait,
I'm
when
like,
was
look.
Ponzi?
What's Ponzi?
I'm like, look, it reduces the NRF2 enzyme. Like, just watch the video. Just watch the fucking video.
The Louisiana school systems can't keep up with the kind of knowledge that you need.
1920. So it's been around a long time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, did you pitch anyone with cancer? Like,
Oh, yeah.
did they ever
Yeah.
believe you?
My uncle had cancer, dude. My uncle. So this was the cousin's dad.
Oh no!
Yeah, the cousin's dad.
These
He had,
poor kids are like, we just want to save our dad from cancer.
And you went, and you can.
And you can if you have $600.
It's actually $1,200 because you charged both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Today's your lucky day for just 4 payments. 4
Now,
easy payments.
it's probably too late for your dad, but it's not too late for you.
Cancer is hereditary.
I had an uncle, dude. This is crazy, man. I had an uncle, Rob. And before he was my uncle, you know, he was just a guy named Rob. He had a po' boy shop. And he actually dated my grandma for 2 years.
He's from Louisiana.
He dated my grandma for 2 years.
Uncle.
And then after breaking up with my grandma, he immediately started dating her daughter, my aunt.
That's
Darlene.
such hot sex, I bet, though.
Yeah.
Like,
So he was like in his, I remember he was like in his like 40s or 50s, and she was like 20.
Is that when he became your uncle?
No, so they got married like later on, but then they had like kids whenever he was like 70. You know, so they had twin boys whenever he was 70 years
IVF.
old, and yeah, and it. And
so just a quick question. And how's your grandma doing with
Yeah,
all this?
that's what
is
I wanna
she-
know.
is
dude,
like,
she
"Ah,
always
fuck it."
hated him. Always hated him.
She's like, I hate him. I hate Darlene.
Yeah, I always hated him, dude. They never were like good. And so she left him like whenever he like got sick. Dude, he had like a hole in his throat. He would talk through a box and be like, yeah, blah, 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 blah.
What?
And he had like no teeth. It was crazy. He would eat mashed potatoes all the
He
time.
was the guy from the fucking commercial.
Huh?
He was the guy.
No,
from the
he
commercial?
would, but he had that condition, you know. And I'd have to get my cousins who were like my age to like translate, because I'd go over and then he would like corner me in like the hallway and be like, "You gotta get in the bag into the can the bag." And I was like, "Guys, guys."
Does he just sound like the
Help.
football coach from Waterboy?
No,
Just
yeah,
like,
yeah, they cut, yeah.
There was a professor who went to a chiropractor and like they were readjusting his neck and broke something, and he was in a wheelchair, but they couldn't fire him. But he would teach from this like bam, bam, bam. And I was like, I dropped the class immediately. I was like, I'm sorry that happened to you, but I can't understand you.
Yeah.
Wait, I saw a video on TikTok the other day of a chiropractor who was like ripped, jacked guy who was like helping this 94-year-old woman. And he was like, "All right, can't." He was like, she was like, and the comments are like, "He's gonna kill her."
He just puts his through her chest cavity.
Literally, she was like, "Oh." I was like, "Oh no, don't get their nana."
But yeah, so my Aunt Darlene left him like when he was like at the peak of his like sickness, and she left him for like some Mexican dude in Texas, like went go marry him and shit. Like it was crazy. Moved to Texas, married this guy.
It's interesting that you'd leave him peak sickness because you go just a little bit longer. I get
know.
everything.
What is she
Right.
like? What is
I
she
don't
like?
know what-
35 at this point? She's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want a cancer husband."
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I guess that makes me a bad person if I don't want a cancer.
But it was crazy because he did kind of have money. I mean, they owned a gas station and they closed down whenever he got like real sick. And so I'd love to go. I go to their house all the time. I mean, I was like practically living there because I'd go over there whenever the gas station closed, and they just had all the gas station inventory in their house. They had like just all the chips, all the candy,
all the Pop-Tarts.
everything, dude,
oil.
all the sodas.
Yeah.
And then in one room in the house, dipped off was just all the tobacco products. So I started like smoking cigarettes like 13. Me and my cousins were just like sneaking in there, getting like everything, dip, whatever.
You're like, "You want to get cancer?"
Yeah, it was crazy because he started smoking at 12. That my uncle.
Damn.
And so they started smoking young, and it was just kind of, and they're still like kind of addicted to nicotine. I never really got an addiction to it. I don't know why. It was weird. I'm like, I love nicotine, but I just don't buy them. But yeah, man, it was a wild house. And so whenever he was like still like kind of on his last leg and stuff, that's whenever we were like right into these products. He was like using the cream and stuff, and
Oh, he was using it.
yeah, he was using the pills. He
He
died
had a
though.
hole in his
Oh,
throat.
yeah,
Wow.
the hole closes up.
Yeah,
look at
look at
my
this
uncle.
shit.
Yeah.
You're not gonna believe this shit. He can talk now. This shit fucking works.
You're in Las Vegas, just like, you guys don't understand. It does work.
So,
CJ, when is it gonna start working?
so after when you're like, "Fuck this, I'm not gonna sell it anymore." You're fresh. You're 18, out of high school, going to college. When did you start comedy?
21.
I was 24.
21.
No, I was 21. He was 24.
And in Dallas.
I was 24 years old.
Big.
Yeah, and so it was. I don't know. It was a long time coming. I just wanted to like do. I was trying new shit. I did rock climbing for the first time in Dallas. So I kind of was just like trying shit that I've never tried before. Mm-hmm. And then like comedy just stuck. I just like kept doing it. Got better.
All right.
It took a while to get good though. Like even decent. Like I'm saying like not good like good. I'm saying like
Yeah.
just to where it's like, oh, I'm getting like consistent like a laugh.
Yeah.
Like, it was like rough in the beginning. I really sucked for a long time.
Do you remember any of your first jokes?
Yeah, so I'd go on stage with a white shirt every time, and I had this bit about I said, yeah, I've been researching, and it says that if you wear a white shirt, you're 12% more attractive. So I've never taken it off, and it would barely work, and I would do it every single time. I'd wear a white shirt every single set, just so I could do that joke that would barely get any laughter. So yeah, that was like the beginning, and it's actually weird. I actually started doing like some of my first jokes again, but it's like totally different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like the idea of it.
Well, now you have the skill set to write it.
Yeah. So if you see me wearing white shirts anytime soon,
That's
you know
hilarious.
what the fuck
Do you ever
is
go
up,
back
dude.
to Louisiana?
Yeah, I go back pretty awful. I haven't gone back since like last Christmas, but it was actually funny. The last time I went back, my brother proposed to his girl.
How old's your brother?
70?
He was 19 at the time. He's just turned 21. But he has 2 kids, so it's kind of crazy. He had 2 kids at 19.
In the dorm?
No. He never went to school. But he was living with my grandma. It was crazy. My mom and
Darlene's
my
mom?
brother. So my mom, my brother, his girlfriend, their 2 kids were living with my grandma. And it was just so evident that it was like a kid having kids. Because you went over and my brother would be like playing Fortnite and be like, Mom, the baby's crying. It's a live game. I can't pause it. Can someone, Grandma, can somebody get the baby? It's a live game. Can't pause it, guys. It was like crazy. Like, what
I feel
the
like
fuck?
that's really common in Louisiana. Where
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like multi-generations live in one house.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of rare because it was just kind of like a situation that like my mom was in and like my brother was in as well. So it was just kind of like a rare moment. Like my mom has a house now, but
But your mom had you guys almost 10 years apart?
yeah,
Whoa.
I know. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I
Same
know.
husband?
Yeah, same husband.
Carol.
Believe it or not. Yeah, they stuck
Did you
together
work
for
back?
me, and then they just had a couple more accidents, and then it was a bad relationship, though. They definitely needed to end it way earlier. They should have just never, they probably should have never gotten back together, like even for me. But they
Yeah.
stuck it through. I mean, good for them, but I mean, I would have, looking back, I'd rather them like had my brother and just, that's it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because
Did they have more
it got
kids?
like real, just, you know.
Is it just you and your brother?
No, it was me, my brother, my sister. I'm the oldest. But yeah, I mean, they were like extremely abusive. Yeah, towards each other. So it was like not good.
Oh.
I mean, they hit us, but I mean, it wasn't like that's like normal. It wasn't like crazy where they're like, you know, making me bleed and shit. But it was like they definitely hit us, you know. But they would hit each other. That's like the worst thing, I think.
Yeah.
And so yeah, my dad wasn't.
Yeah, are you guys even on the same page?
Yeah, like what's going
This
on?
is the worst. You guys feel free to hit me, okay?
Oh,
That's
it was
normal.
crazy, dude. One time, it was just so wild. I mean, this is like not even funny, but it is kind of funny even to me. I was like, because I was like 16, and my girlfriend at the time was like at my house, and we were like hanging,
Nothing
like
more
we were like
embarrassing.
making out and whatever in my room, and then like all of a sudden I just hear the fucking door just slam shut super hard, and then just barking, you know, yelling at each other. And then my brother and sister had to like run in my room, and like my girlfriend was just like holding them, like just don't listen, whatever. And then my dad's like, I knew you were cheating when you fucking shaved your pussy. I never shaved your pussy for me. And I'm like, oh fuck, you know, I had to go deal with it and shit, and to calm them down. They were just like yelling at each other, and yeah, like I learned so much about my parents' relationship. It was like crazy, but it's kind of good because it like made me realize like no one's really adults like real young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's going through like weird bullshit even whenever you're like older, you know, if you like if you go down that path.
Do you think he asked her to shave the pussy?
Who
And
knows,
She was
dude?
like, no.
Who knows? I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I don't even know. It's so weird how much I know about them, their relationship, but also how much I'm like, I don't really know how much they actually loved each other or not, because it was just like, I think they were cheating on each other for like years and years and years.
I have a similar situation with my parents where I'm like, I know so many things I shouldn't know about their relationship, and also don't know what's lies and what's the truth, because they both tell such different stories about like
Yes.
who's in the wrong.
Right.
That you're like, literally anyone could be
Anybody
lying.
could
It's
be-
like
yeah.
yeah. You're like, this is insane.
Well,
you
once
know?
it got real toxic, that's whenever they tried to like win over the kids of like
Yeah.
who's right and who's the better one and whatever. And it was just so clearly like, you guys are both fucked up.
Right,
Like,
right, right,
we're
right,
all-
yeah.
Like even my like 9-year-old sister was like, yeah, no, you guys are both like screwed up in the head.
Yeah. It's,
You know?
it's sick.
It is funny when you do. They always think that you're gonna pick a side, and usually it's like you both are like, I'm distancing myself from both of you.
You guys are like
fucking
way
insane.
both wrong. I mean, dude, it's insane. My mom like ended up like dating. So like after my parents like completely split, my mom ended up like was already seeing on the side my dad's best friend of like 35 years. But then they ended up like dating. And Yeah, man. Like he also had like a whole ass family and kids and everything too. Like it's like just one of those where it's just once I found that I was like, whoa, y'all are like. I'm out. Like, I'm out. Like, y'all are so screwed up in that.
I can't get into details in the podcast, but I'm like, there's a very good reason why we get along. Like, very similar situations.
It's scary, dude.
Yeah, it is nuts when you see your parents and you're kind of like, uh-oh. You know, like,
They're still together, though, right?
Who?
Your parents.
No.
What?
No, and I can't talk about it on the podcast because my mom secretly listens. But no, they have been divorced since I was 13.
Wow. Okay, I need to get my timeline straight on you.
Yeah, my parents are also very jokey. I was thinking about this the other day. It's like in the most inappropriate times. Like my parents got divorced when we were in 6th grade, and my mom sat us down. We came home. There was like holes in all the walls of the house. My dad's a big fighter. And,
I'm just fighting the house. I'm not hitting them.
And she was like, I have to tell you guys something. And she'd clearly been crying. And I think I went, we all have to go to Catholic school. And my mom goes, yup. And we all burst into tears. She goes, just kidding. Me and Dad are getting divorced.
Wait, why would you have to go to the Catholic school?
Because we were like scared that we had to go to Catholic school.
Why?
I don't know. My brother went to Catholic school, and then he like he gave him like anxiety where he like couldn't tie his shoes or something. And then, but like we like dropped my brother off at Catholic school, and they would be like, "And Dylan's going to the public," like immediately. But yeah, no. So I think we all just had a fear we'd have to go to Catholic school. And, like,
Catholic school you have to pay for, though, right?
Yeah.
And they weren't going to waste that money on you.
Not me, but they did on Taylor. Yeah.
And did he go to college?
No.
Oh,
He went into the Marines.
okay.
And then got kicked out because he couldn't keep his weight down. Oh, he doesn't listen.
He knows why he got kicked out.
Yeah.
Interesting. Was he just failing the PT test, or?
No, he was actually excelling at all the tests, but he gained too much weight.
Huh.
Yeah, they call him my brother. He's married, and his kids and his wife's whole family calls him Uncle Two Plates.
Oh, rough. So you're just a whole family of 2 plates, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Colton's clearly
No,
upset
we're
with
just-
me.
Just fat jokes.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no,
Wow,
that's not a joke. I'm just
wow.
repeating the things he's saying.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I see where Colton's at today. My brother's actually literally. It's crazy. He eats a ton. Me and my brother, when I was home, we never got along, and now he had a baby. He like loves me now, and it's like we get along all the time. And my brother's like hiking every single day. He like mountain bikes all on the weekends. He's he's an electrician. He's a great guy. But we have a very similar mindset. And I'd never heard anyone else say this until I heard my brother say it. And I was like, this is why we're fucked up. He was like, Dylan, he's like, I love who I am. He's like, I just hate my body. And I was like, same. Love it. I think I'm the greatest artist of my generation, but I hate my torso.
Dude, I'm glad we all have fucked up families, though. I remember the most fucked up thing my mom's ever said to me was she was like really pissed off. I was like 15 or something. She was super mad at my dad, and I remember she like pulled me aside in the car. She like she was crying in the car, told me to come in the car. She was like ranting to me, and I remember her saying this, dude. It was wild. She goes, I fucking hate your father. She goes, I hope he gets Alzheimer's just like his dad so I could fuck another man right in front of him. And he couldn't do anything about it. And I remember being like, God, Mom, that is fucked up. She goes, don't curse in front of me. I was like, holy shit.
Oh my God.
My mom's a psycho.
Damn. That's and then I was like, can we at least open the garage door, Mom? We're gonna fucking die.
Can we go inside now?
Jesus. No, I
Yeah,
remember
dude.
We were like,
My mom was fucked up.
I was going camping with my dad one time, and he was like, had all 3 of us in the truck. He'd have like all 3 of us in his one like cedar truck or whatever, and he's like, can't believe you guys barely fit in here. And he goes, so I want to let you guys know something. He was like, I love you guys so much. He's like, but if I had a time machine, I wouldn't have a single one of you. He was like, it ruined my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, Dad.
Good to know.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
That's why whenever they're like, but then when your parents are like, you can't do that, it's like, who the fuck are you to tell me what I can and can't do? Like people ask me like, what do your parents think about you doing stand up? And it's like, I've never thought to ask what they think about what I do with my life. It's none of their business.
Same with me. Yeah, it's just crazy. Like I remember, even when I moved to LA, I like barely even told them. Because it's just kind of, it's like once they do so much fucked up shit to you, they lose all their leverage. They have no leverage now. They can't tell you to do anything or tell you you've done anything wrong. Like they're in no high ground at all. Like,
Yeah.
they've
Especially
lost
when you've
it all.
had to
Have
be
you
the
ever-
adult.
Yeah.
Have you ever had somebody be like, yeah, I really, it's being a guy, you really want to make your dad proud. And I laughed in their face. I go, not my dad.
I know.
Like, I don't need to make him proud.
No, I remember this is like probably the darkest thing I'll ever say in the podcast, but I remember, and I think this is when I kind of was like, oh yeah, I'm like a fucking, like my parents' opinions of me is like, it does not matter. It's like the day my sister was dying, like I got brought home from school and like my mom was like, your sister's going to die. And I walked in and my entire family was in my living room. And I was like, where's Taylor and Rachel and my siblings? And they were like, we gave them the option and they chose to go to their friend's house. And I'm 13 and apparently, I don't even remember doing this, snapped in front of my entire family and was like, you don't get to make those decisions. You have to go get them right now. And like my parents were like, and apparently I snapped on them so hard that they listened to me, went and got my siblings and brought them home. And I was like, yeah, you guys make no decisions for me. Or this family.
and you never will again.
Yeah, it's like you can't have someone die in the house and not have your fucking siblings here. That's crazy.
That is wild.
Yeah, that I had to say that.
And I'm sorry you had to.
Don't try to touch me.
parent
Don't try to
your
touch
mom.
me.
But I will have to tell you, and I know this is a weird thing to say right now after you just said that. We have to wrap up. we gotta.
Let me tell you something. This podcast would not be this podcast if it wasn't the most disrespectful thing in Austin, Texas.
We gotta wrap it up.
We gotta wrap it up. Okay, so do you have any questions for us? Wow, I was really vulnerable there, Colton. That's so fucked up of you to do. I was like, wow.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I was
me?
like, all right, then we're moving on. And we gotta wrap it up.
Seriously, did y'all jog here?
No, but I did go to the
That's
gym.
crazy. Y'all both have matched. Y'all didn't both come from the gym.
No, I have to go to the
Wait,
gym after
it's
this.
so
it's just like the
hot
same
outside.
shoes, the same. I don't know. I guess it's just
We
like
work out every day because we're gay and we have to have sex with men. So we
I
don't tell you.
I get you. I mean, I'm just.
We're not
saying.
women who just base every, who can like be. We're not straight guys who get to like fuck women and like have good personalities and have
that-
disgusting bodies.
Oh, is that true? Yeah, women do just give it up out here. That's crazy, dude.
and he's like, he's so funny. It's
gay
like
guys don't though. Gay guys don't just give it up. Okay, I thought y'all were like crazy. I thought like Grindr was just like, yeah, just a dick right here. I'm
Yeah,
over
but there's
here.
so many options that you can really choose to
I
just
see. Okay.
Yeah.
dehumanize people.
And yourself. Now we do have one final question that we end every single podcast. So,
shit.
Jimmy, do you have anything to say?
No.
Okay. Which is if you were a gay man.
And we know you're not, so don't be offended.
Yeah.
I'm not offended.
yeah.
Wow, that's a big arc.
yeah, that's amazing. Would you rather have sex with me or Colton?
Oh,
Now,
And the
yeah.
disclaimer is
this
that I'll only be bottoming and he'll only be topping.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what does topping mean exactly?
He puts it in and I make it disappear.
Oof, that's tough.
Yeah.
This is horrible. Okay, see, here's why I think this is why I'm choosing Colton. First of all, I'm not into. Okay, first of all, anal's horrible even with a woman.
Yeah.
So it would be a terrible experience for the both of us. I'm gonna be real honest with you. You would hate it. But you seem pretty hairless, and also you have long hair, so I could probably
I'm gonna
squint and get there. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna guess that
The
what
traps,
you're saying
though,
is
they
his
would
dick's
fuck you
too
up.
big for
That's
anal to be
fuck me up.
enjoyable.
I'd have to squint
Oh,
and
that
just keep
actually
it
makes
from
a
the
lot of
bottom
sense.
half.
Hey, now just to be clear, what you are alluding to is that your dick's so big that women don't like anal.
Well,
Yeah, actually, you added that up real fast.
Oh,
and
well,
that's
he's a
exactly
tall,
what
skinny
happened.
boy.
I it's decent piece, but the problem is with anal, it's very. I don't know how you guys do it. Get on you, but they're very. Man, talk about a resistant hole. It's not very giving. I mean, it just
That's
the
the
whole
name of my
time.
first special, Resistant Hole.
I mean, the whole
And
time.
mine's gonna be resilient hole.
the whole time, it's like trying to push you out the whole time. That's not fun.
You have to relax.
Yeah, they have to relax.
Yeah,
They
I
have
don't
to
think
relax.
I don't think that they're trained.
So your final answer is Colton.
Yeah, that easily. No, I don't even want to. I would never even imagine being a bottom in my life.
That's so cool.
That's so cool.
Well, thank you so much for listening. You can follow the podcast at Some of This Is Bad. I'm at Dylan P. Carlino.
Colton Dowling.
CJ Landry.
Jimmy Clifford.
Thank you so much, guys. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.